Yes, welcome once again to another segment right here on Central Expression. This is your innovation segment with your host, Lady V. Now, listen, we're going to kick it off a bit different with this segment, and you're out for an amazing time. This is our marriage segment, right? So we're going to talk up the things them, okay? And just want to remind you that we are aired live on CVM TV this and every Tuesdays at 8:30 a.m. with a repeat on Fridays at 5:30 p.m. Now, this segment is part one of a part three segment. You don't want to miss it. Feel free to go to our YouTube page, that's Central Innovation, right? And comment. Let us know what you think about the segment and share also your experience. Let's get to it. This segment was brought to you by First Union Financial in service to the employees and entrepreneurs of Jamaica, located at 43 Eastwood Park Road, Kingston 10, or call 926-2669. Agape Career International, where serving you is our priority. Visit our head office located at 95 and a half Agley Park Road or call us at 876-909-2871. Guess what? I'm always say when the thing nice, I do it twice. So once again, I want you to help me make welcome the international and local Delprat family, right? This is Adrian and Cassandra, and they'll be sharing, their experience with us. Remember, this is part one of a three-part segment. You can't afford to miss any of this segment because guess what? We're gonna talk the things them, talk the things them, right? So tell us something now. One of the things that we have realized, and it's not only in Jamaica, but overall, there's a lot of marriages that, is going haywire. There's a lot of broken marriages, and sometimes it's not, anything big that it would take to kind of mend that breach. Mm-hmm. But guess what? People tend to give up, and the reason for this is that all our life growing up, we think that marriage is all fairy tale, right? So the only thing that we know about for some of us, right? Because I've been married for 8 years, right? So the only thing that some of us know, right, is the all lovey-dovey, Prince Charming, finding, in princess and queen and stuff. Yeah. But guess what? People don't know that marriage have teeth. Mm-hmm. So we're going to basically share, in terms of why do we think that marriages, is broken today, and just to share your experience in terms of meeting your wife and all this, what leads up to the point where you guys decide that, hey, he is the one, and she is the one.
Okay. Well, we met each other at work, and we just had a really good friendship. Yeah. We spent a lot of time together. Like, we spent so much time together that I remember a person saying, "You're not your time."
Yeah, man, we were friends first. Which is important, I think, to develop that friendship, to know the person from that aspect,
right.
But of course, marriage is just different than courting in a lot of ways. And as you said, marriage have teeth, right? When we were courting, it was like a blissful honeymoon section.
Right.
When we got married, that's when it got real, and we were like, all right, two different people, very different families, very different personas. What are we doing? And
for us though, it's not an optional thing. We are not in this to say, all right, if it feel, like probably a car now go and go just sell it and buy a new car. No.
Right.
This thing, we're in this for life. They say till death do us part. That's a vow. And I want everybody else who is getting into marriage to know that till death do us part vow is very, very important. It should be sacred, right? Because in today's society, even in Hollywood and in music overseas, they hear of persons getting married and remarried 5 times, 6 times. I don't really think that's how.
So in other words, marriage today has really become a business and not necessarily really a relationship in terms of lifetime. Another thing that stood out to me is this. that a lot of persons or a lot of couples think that, hey, if, say for example, your wife does something that you don't like, then all of a sudden no love them there no more, right? Let me tell you something what a lot of people don't understand. Marriage has nothing to do with whether or not my spouse is doing right, and that is why I'm going to love you because you're doing the right thing, right? As you rightfully said, Adrian, when we said that, you know, we're coming together for better or worse, richer or poorer, you understand? This therefore means that there's no condition, right? There shouldn't be any condition, let me put it that way. Right? So it therefore means that love has nothing to do with how we feel.
It's
I don't feel to love you today and then tomorrow, you know, it just gone like that, right? But there are other implications where I would have said that I'm not going to tell someone who, you know, you're in a marriage and the marriage is abusive. Now the man will kick your back, sit down. And let me tell you something, and the man alone a beat, you know. You have some woman, look here. You have some woman who say, look here, no man can't give me no talk. I'm gonna box down that. I'm gonna kick down that.
And even not necessarily physical, but the verbal. Because the women are naturally, they're the weaker sex in terms of the physical for the most part. But the tongue is powerful.
The woman
so I mean, the verbal abuse is something as well. So yeah.
So I love what Adrian said, right? Because sometimes we tend to go overboard with our words. And we tend to have a very aggressive language, almost as if we're grabbing somebody by the throat with the words that we say. And at the end of the day, we expect to get romance and kisses and loving later on. You see, if you abusive or you're very strong, too strong with the words that you're saying and the tone and how you do it, then the other person not gonna have much love to show to you, you know, can never give much.
For real.
And what we give is what we get. We have to learn to be very subtle and think about how our partner will react, our partner will feel after when I've said this, what will happen afterwards. So basically, we have to love with our words, and we have to know the other person's love language. That's very important too. You have to know what they do when they say that they're showing you extra love, what they're doing, and how you can return the favor. We have to know each other's love language, and we have to just learn to talk with love, be humble, be forgiving, and be willing to stop, reset. You know, like you're recording. All right, let's stop now, reset. And focus on each other. So I know everybody gets in play, you know. You have the kids them, and the kids can get so crazy. And you have the house, and the house can be so dirty. And you have so much other stuff. You have work, you have friends, but you have to know how to basically stop and focus on both of you.
A lot of, and it's not only about getting the little breather and resetting you. Look here, ladies. Somehow we think so when we're married, I eat that, so when I fix up yourself, I want to look good again. Hello! Right, but guess what? This is another segment. We're going to get into it. We're going to go deep. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in. You have heard it from the Delprats, and we're going to take it deeper for our next segment. Right? Remember, you can follow us on YouTube at Central Innovation with your host, Lady V. And remember that we're also live this and every Tuesdays at 8:30 a.m. with a repeat at 5:30 p.m. We couldn't have done this without our sponsors. On a big up on yourself, First Union Financial, and also Agape Korea International. Until next time, this was our marriage segment. Toodles!
Hey guys, link up the Delprat family on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Just type in the Delprat family and you'll be sure to link us up. Let us know in the comment section of all our platforms too how you got to know us. And come and join the Delprat family.
Yeah, man. So we do family life, real estate. Yeah, man. Real engaging topics, guys. So come on, join us.